Hey, Common. It's me. I've been thinking about you lately. I missed you. Call me back.
Hey guys! So today I'm going to be giving you a tour of my $1,500 Studio New York apartment. I live in Brooklyn on the top floor of a 2-story brownstone, and there's 3 apartments total in my building. Now, what really made me choose this apartment was 3 things. Number 1, the price. I know $1,500 a month for a studio apartment is a lot of money, but to live by yourself in New York for $1,500 a month is actually a pretty good deal. Number 2, the location. My apartment is 2 blocks from the subway station, and I can also bike to work in about 5 minutes. And number 3, my apartment is in a small building, meaning less noise. Most New York apartments are pretty old and have thin walls, but living in a smaller apartment complex usually means less noise, aka a good night's sleep and good for sleeping in. And without further ado, let's get into the tour. After coming in the front door, luckily I only have to climb 1 set of stairs before I'm at my apartment. I have some friends in New York who live in a 4 or 5 story walk-up, meaning 4 or 5 flights of stairs. And during the hot summer, no thanks. Sad to say, but as far as studios in New York go, mine is actually pretty big. I'm lucky enough to have a separate kitchen, living area, dressing room, bathroom, and 2 huge closets. If you don't know, closet space in New York is very hard to come by. So we just came in my front door here, and now we're going to start in the kitchen. As you can tell, my kitchen is pretty small, but being that it's just me who lives here, and also that I don't cook that much, it's just about perfect for me. For my kitchen table, I used this small old wooden table. I actually found it in the trash and carried it home on the subway. I got some very interesting looks. If I'm being honest, I find lots of good things in the trash in New York. People throw out amazing things here. I'm also a huge fan of thrift stores and get a lot of my stuff from there. So even though my kitchen is very small, I'm actually pretty lucky to even have a separate kitchen in my studio. Most studio apartments in New York do not have separate kitchens. Usually, the kitchen would just be along one wall in your living/bedroom area. Then with my kitchen table, I have these 2 vintage wooden chairs. They're actually both folding chairs, which I think is pretty cool. The street I live on is a side street that's right off of a busy street. There's also a nice park that's just 2 blocks away. For the most part, my neighborhood is pretty quiet, although on the holidays it can get a little loud. Then right next to my kitchen, as you come in the front door, is one of my 2 closets. I keep all my coats, hats, and purses in here. Then I also store all of my vintage and thrifted items that I sell on my Depop and Etsy in here. It can hold a lot of stuff. Now we'll be going into my living/bedroom part of my studio here.
Sit still and I'll bring it to you. Haven't left the house in a while. I'm an anxious butterball and I'm small.
This is the space where I spend most of my time, usually doing design work at my desk or working on some type of creative project that I'll start and maybe finish. One of my favorite things about this apartment is the fire escape. I'll sit out there and work on a project and just kind of watch people walk by and go about their days. Most apartments in New York don't have a yard, so this is about as good as it gets. Or sometimes I'll put on a record, open all the windows, and just kind of zone out for a while. This little record holder is another one of the pieces I found in the trash. I just sanded it down and gave it a new coat of copper paint. Pretty good for free, huh? I'm sure by now you've noticed all the weird and vintage decor I have in my place. I'm always rearranging things on the walls and on the shelves. Just when I think it looks perfect, I'll rearrange it again in a few weeks. Since my space isn't really that big, whenever I get a new thrifted piece in, I try to swap it out with something else I've had for a while. I always want to keep everything I find, but I like to think maybe someone else would really like this piece. Over the years, I've found so many unique vintage pieces, but I think one of my favorites is my 1920s cast iron bed frame. I got it on Craigslist a few years ago for a really good deal. It was kind of a rusty black, so I gave it a new coat of black paint and added gold paint to the inner bars. I love how it looks, but it's so annoying to move because it weighs so much. I work at a bar that always has fresh flowers on the tables, and as you may have noticed, I don't like to make waste. I try to give things a second chance at life. So every week, I take home these flowers, let them dry, and then add them to this kind of flower wall. I just found a branch outside, and then I had some copper wire to tie them together. Another decor piece that was basically free. Moving on from my bedroom/living area is a little space that I like to call my dressing room. So this is where my second closet is located and where I keep all my clothes, shoes, accessories, and creative art supplies. This space isn't super big, but it's a nice little nook where I can keep my dresser, a reading chair, and things that I don't want on display as much. In addition to all my accessories like earrings, rings, and glasses, I also have this wall of old family photos in this space. Most of these old photos were actually given to me by my grandma. There's just something about old photos that I really love. I think it's all the history and seeing all the fashion changes. This large vintage New York Transit map is one of my favorite New York thrift store finds. And the last stop on my apartment tour is my bathroom. Why my bathroom has floor-to-ceiling tile, I am not really sure. But I do know they renovated the bathroom shortly before I moved in, and I'm sure it's a serious upgrade from what it was before. The size of my bathroom is pretty typical for New York, but I do have a full-size tub, and that in New York is hard to find. My bathroom doesn't have a ton of storage space, but again, it's just me and I make it work. Lack of storage space is something you just kind of get used to when living in New York. So what do you all think of my studio apartment? Is it bigger or smaller than what you'd expect a $1,500 New York apartment to be? Do you think I'm getting a good deal or am I getting ripped off? In my opinion, it's pretty expensive. In New York's opinion, my studio is actually pretty big for $1,500 a month. And to other New Yorkers, I'm getting a pretty good deal. I really do love my little studio apartment. But could I have found a cheaper studio in New York? Well, yes and no. Let me explain. This was the area I was apartment hunting in. Going outside of this would mean slightly cheaper rent, but farther from work, a longer commute into the city, and away from my friends. Staying inside this area would mean higher prices in rent, but closer to work, the city, and my friends. To make things even more challenging for myself, I had a good list of things I really wanted in an apartment, and I wasn't going to stop until I found them all. Number one, and probably the most important, hardwood floors. I'm kind of a germaphobe, and carpet just grosses me out. And plus, hardwood floors just look so nice. Number two, a small pre-war building. I just love the vintage charm of older buildings, and smaller buildings usually mean less noise. Number three, radiator heating. Okay, I know this is kind of a silly one, but I just love radiator heating. They look so charming, and during the winter, the heat that they put out is so cozy. Number 4, closet space. 'Cause duh, fashion. Finding a decent sized closet space in New York is actually pretty hard. And number 5, top floor, meaning the top floor of an apartment building. In my previous New York apartment, my neighbors who lived above me were extra noisy, and I just wanted to avoid that. Now, these are small things to find in an apartment, but trying to find them all in one apartment and under my $1,500 budget, that was no easy task. You'll probably think I'm lying, but in 2 weeks, I looked at close to 25 different apartments. And do you want to know how many of them had everything I wanted? 2. This apartment and one other one. So why did I look at all those other apartments? Well, in New York, when you're looking for an apartment, there's also a million other people who are looking for an apartment. So much that when a new apartment becomes available, it's gone within a day or 2. If you're not one of the first people to look at it and put in an application, forget about it. You're probably not getting it. When I looked at this apartment, I was the second person to look at it, but the couple in front of me had already put in their application. Luckily, they decided that the last minute it was going to be too small for just the 2 of them, and I got it. That's probably enough apartment talk, right? If you guys want to know more, just let me know in the comments. I'm sorry I don't post videos that often, you guys. I'm kind of a perfectionist, so it takes me a while to edit a video, but I'm trying to get faster, I promise. If you'd like something to watch in the meantime, I post daily content on my Insta stories, link is below. Let me know what you guys would like to see next. I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Bye!
Wanted to. You moved up from the East Coast.